year, I probably like cajoled or like talk to one of you, maybe bug you to join us in one of the conversations over the past how many months. There were so many conversations. And we're really very heartened, and we're really happy that you are all here right now. And this is really the starting point. At the end of the day, DRRM, disaster management, and that goal of zero casualty is, I mean, you can write whole novels about it. You can write whole books about it. There's quite a lot to say. And so what does this mean? This means this is the start. This is actually the start of a conversation on this. We are hoping you will be part of the conversation. We will be bugging you further over the next few months. We'll be working with you. We welcome all the comments, all the suggestions. People at Rappler are noting all those suggestions down, and we will refine. We will work with you to refine. We will work with you to refine systems. We thank DFAT for making this, the Australian Embassy for also helping make this possible. We thank everyone for being here. Would you, Anne? Would you like to say?
Actually, I was raising my hands because I didn't want you to close yet without me saying something about our thoughts in the Australian Embassy on the zero casualty. For fear of being, I'll try to be succinct, but we look at zero casualty as, I mean, it's a long process. It's not just about response or preparedness, but also looking at the DRR, CCA integration, your policies, your information generation. We talk about warning, but warning is just one part of information generation. We have vulnerability assessment, risk assessment. So the technical side of it, the policy side of it, we do a lot of it at the national level. We are fortunate in the Australian Embassy to have worked with mandated agencies who are really doing all their best to make things happen, to set the policies, to get the information. And the challenge really is how you communicate it to the LGUs and to the communities. And this is where I think we need interlocutors, which are beyond us at the national level, at the government agencies. This is where really we would need bringing together academic and research organizations to work with the government in populating the knowledge on risk analysis, vulnerability assessment, going beyond Metro Manila universities, also tapping the state colleges and universities, working with networks of NGOs and civil society organizations, so that, for example, the work being undertaken by Office of Civil Defense and Climate Change Commission on setting the policies on how disaster and climate principles could be integrated into land use planning, into investment programming, into contingency planning, the government cannot make this all happen and bring it to the communities. They would be overstretched. So we would be needing like-minded non-government organizations to help those things happen, helping the LGUs interpret the information and the policies. So for us, as we move forward in the Australian embassies, we are coming up with a more integrated disaster risk reduction and management and climate change adaptation program. Our objective really is to work more at the community level. We've partnered before, we are still partners with Philippine Red Cross. We've supported Red Cross 143. We've partnered with DRR Network Philippines. We are happy that Rappler is a new partner for us. Our aspiration really is to work at the community level to bring the science and the policies at the community level. So looking at the social media, I think one challenge or moving forward, we shouldn't be just looking at the RRM and CCA on its in a silo. We should look at it looking into the other themes as well. The implication of infrastructure. Our colleague from Pasig earlier was talking about flooding. Who's going to solve flooding? We should advocate about solving that in Metro Manila. Our colleague in DILG, we're working with DILG on Director Brion on supporting them on the resettlement. They are doing a lot of work already in that space. And Director Brion didn't talk about it earlier, but there are already movements along supporting the informal settler families along riverways. So it's, my request is for the social media, of course, not to just confine the discussion on the DRRMCCA space, but to look as well into the governance and non-structural and structural issues so that we could eventually achieve zero casualties. Still a long story. And from the Australian Embassy, we are really proud to partner with Rappler, and we are always happy to be of service. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, at this point, alam ko, I think many of us are ready to network and to meet more people. But on a final note, we told the story of her early this morning, and we'd like to end with her story, because at the end of the day, zero casualty, saving lives, and here's a life not only saved but created at the height of the storm. So I'd like to ask Voltaire. Voltaire was the responder from our side who helped map, and he was the one who really brought different people together. So Voltaire,